I did a little reading. Moose has been after me. It was like Sunday, I think. He's like, ask me on the air about the Coyotes Arena thing. I want to talk about the Coyotes Arena thing. And I'm like, oh, boy. Last night over our Valentine's buffet, I'm like, what do you want to talk about this for? I'm like, stab me. But you want to talk. So I did a little reading, okay. And now I have my take on the Coyotes Arena situation. They're going to be playing in an arena at ASU, Arizona State University campus in Tempe, that's between 3,500 and 5,000 seats. I've done my reading. I've done my research. It's not totally off what I thought, but I did learn some stuff on it. What's your opinion on what the Coyotes are going to do for the next 3 years?
I think it's a good opportunity for the Coyotes to create some buzz. That's what I think. And I think, it takes the pressure off of ticket sellers and, the branding people to try and fill 15,000 seats, right? Or 13,000 seats or whatever. All you got to do is try and fill 5.
Yeah.
All you have to do is create a good atmosphere. They could play, and I know people say, oh, the rink sucks, and it's not a great rink, and it's not NHL quality. They could go play in the old Rutherford rink in Saskatoon. I know it's burned to the ground, but a 100-year-old rink with concrete everywhere that fit 800 to 1,400 people, doesn't matter. When a building is full, there's nothing better than that atmosphere. When the fans are right on top of the players, and visiting teams are going to go into a 5,000-seat arena, and it's going to be loud if you get 5,000 people in there and create an atmosphere. So here's an opportunity to create a really strong brand in the desert, and then when you go to 15,000 seats, you'll pre-sell tickets. There'll be some demand, right? And if this team ever snuck into the playoffs with a 5,000-seat arena, I mean, there's a recipe there for some success.
Interesting that you could be so wrong. Patrolman Pete, watching in Winnipeg, says that arena is perfect, ... for the Winnipeg Ice. From John Ohm in Winnipeg, he says 5,000 seats. What a joke. Move them now, NHL. From my cousin Christine in Medicine Hat, she says, brutal. I again find it astounding how much people care about the Coyotes Arena situation. And that's fine. Here's your daily reminder that we are broadcasting live on Game Plus Television Network out of Toronto, airing in all 10 Canadian provinces and 31 U.S. states, and adding more as we speak. Jason in Red Deer says, so the Coyotes' attendance will be basically the same, but they can't or won't be paying the giant lease fees. However, they will also not be making any money from concessions. I'm shocked that that's your stance, that it would create a buzz because it's a smaller arena. You had your chance, now's mine. What I looked up in this whole scenario is that they don't have a deal or anything for a new arena, because I've been thinking, you're not old enough, Grasshopper, to remember when the Flames moved here from Atlanta and they played in the Corral, which Calgarians, help me out, what did it seat, 7,000? Nobody, and I mean nobody, had a problem with the Flames playing in the Corral because they knew the Saddle Dome was being built right across the parking lot. If you wanted to have some sort of thought about where we're going, you just had to open the door and look. Oh, there's the Saddle Dome. That must be the greatest rink in the NHL. They don't have a deal for a new arena. So the linchpin in this situation for Arizona is this. Gary Bettman, the NHL commissioner, knows the owner, Alex Murillo, has more money than God. And to me, I don't know all the details here, but commissioners love one thing: infinitely wealthy and rich owners. That's it. They're the guys that keep the leagues afloat. If the owners in Arizona were broke, I think the team would be gone. And why I don't like them moving to the arena, and why I think that you're wrong on this, is that if they had a deal struck and land designated, which they currently don't even have that for a new arena, I would say okay. Like we had here in Calgary, a bridge to the next arena. They don't have that. So you're big on perception, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're big on it. The perception is terrible that a big league team is playing in a minor league rink. And I've seen media here in Alberta say there's teams in the AJ that have nicer rinks than this one at ASU. The perception, Darren, is terrible for the National Hockey League. And you can't tell me that Gary Bettman isn't plugging his nose when he announces that he's okay with this. It's only because Morello, the owner of the Coyotes, will never go broke, ever. And that's what Gary Bettman wants. I still don't understand Canadians' fascination with the Coyotes arena situation. What is the deal?
I know. I know.
They're my third favorite team, maybe fourth now. And I don't care. I don't get it. But anyways.
So many people that care about it, and you wonder why the building's empty.
If everybody that cared bought a ticket, nobody. Oh, you get it.
I get it.
Darren in Salt Lake City says the Coyotes should be given a deadline to get a new arena secured. If they don't meet it, they need to be moved. Fair. Gino DePauli, the voice of the Oilers, watching. Fellas, how are ya? He says. How you now? Oh, not so bad. Welcome to God's country again. Brooks Bandits versus Okotoks Oilers Saturday night. If you're looking for something to do, listen. I'm going to be behind the microphone for the Winnipeg Ice and Red Deer Rebels. Did I tell you that?
You did.
Saturday night. So, Gino, let's just pick another night and I'll be there. Jeff, the Stamps fan, texts and says Stampede Corral sat approximately 7,500. Sorry, I said 7,000.
Whoops.
First ever Calgary Hitman victory was against the Regina Pats, and I called it. The winning goal scored by Boris Protsenko, the Ukrainian nightmare, in, I believe, 1995. And what I do remember about that game was that the boards came up to the guy's shoulders. Guys were getting hit. Very high boards in the corral. That's what the guys told me after the game. Robin Wildy watching in Prince Albert, the gateway to the north. He says Biznasty's defending the move there. Of course he is. He works for the Coyotes. Come on, Robin. Listen, did you see the interview that we had with Biznasty when he was on the air? Because I'll tell you a story. I was listening to the Coyotes pregame show one day, driving to the rink in Arizona. And Biznasty's on the air. This was 4 years ago. And he's on the radio saying that the Coyotes are in year 3 of a 5-year rebuild. And I'm like, 5-year rebuild? We got to the arena, or I got to the arena. I'm riding the elevator up with Biz, and I said, really? Come on, really, Biz? They're in year 3 of a 5. What are you talking about? And he's like, gotta sell it, man, gotta sell it. Oh, I know. And by the way, where are the Coyotes today on that rebuild? Can you please tell me?
That's like year 15, I think.
They're the worst team in the Western Conference. Again. And back to that Coyotes thing. You said, tell me what you said in the break about it being a novelty for the players or something.
Yeah, and I obviously it's not a long-term thing for the league to want to keep them in there longer than the 3 years or whatever. That's not a permanent thing, right? And when you said, perception, well, the perception is just not good now. So for me, it's like, from a business perspective, what do you got to lose? It can't get worse. So let's take a shot to create some sort of an atmosphere. And for the players, like, there's some good and bad here because, going into Arizona now, and it's like, we're going to play in front of like 6,000 people in this empty building.
For the visiting team?
Yeah, for the visiting team. It's like, here we go. Let's go to the emptiest, quietest building. Now, it could be, we're going to go to this tiny little rink. It's going to be bonkers with 5,000 people jammed in there like sardines, and it's going to be great. Now, these players are going to be, changing out of an Atco trailer and in terrible conditions. It won't be like NHL. So give and take. I think it's a decent gamble to make to try and create something.
Overall, I just think it's a grease fire. And how do you put out a grease fire? Hey, everybody, thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of The Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.